Sanjana from Singapore said to her father Pradeep and mother Ranjini on the phone in an excited voice. I will meet you to Ajay soon. He is a very good boy. He has also completed his MBA with me. We will make further plans after we both come to India. Hearing her words, Pradeep said, Good Sanjana, come soon. Which boy is Ajay from? He asked happily. He is from Mysore. Oh wow, you chose an Indian boy. Your mother thought you would choose any foreign boy. Sanjana laughed loudly from that side. Does what Amma feels ever come true? Dad, the phone is on speaker, yet Amma is not saying anything. I think your mother is probably shocked to hear about Ajay. Ranjini's mood had really deteriorated. He didn't say anything after hearing that. When Pradeep hung up the phone, Ranjini got angry. I knew she had gone to have fun on the pretext of studying, but now I know whether you sent her to study or to find a boy. What are you talking about? Now she will get a job too. What's wrong with choosing a boy of her choice? Sanjana is intelligent. Whatever decision she takes, it will be right. Pradeep said. She doesn't get along with anyone. She is useless. She has no discipline. Besides, she has taken a loan for her studies. If she gets married and sits idle, who will repay it? This girl won't let anyone be happy. Ranjini continued talking incoherently about her daughter. Pradeep got angry after hearing his wife's words. Do you know that you are an introvert? You are saying that you will know now. What else do you know apart from the gossip of the women around you? Like every other topic, there was a lot of argument between the two. When it did not seem to stop, Pradeep changed the subject and remained silent. They should talk positively about Ajay. Pradeep's argument was about what his daughter wanted. Why did he not listen to it? Then Pradeep put on his slippers and walked out, saying, I will go out, you are the only one talking. This was not the first fight. Ranjini's favorite dialogue was, I will know now. The eldest daughter Pankaja was living in Canada with her family. Sanjana was currently in Singapore. No matter what anyone said, Ranjini would always say, I knew all this. Her dialogue was that I had seen so much of the world that there was nothing I didn't know. She felt that no one could hide anything from her. It could be about cooking, fashion, politics, whatever. She would say about all of them that she knew about this matter beforehand. Just a few days ago, she had told someone that she knew about the farmers' protest beforehand. Hearing that, Pradeep scolded her. What are you talking about, Ranjini? Did you know beforehand that the farmers' protest was going to happen? Think carefully about what you want to say when you speak in front of others. I knew beforehand that this would happen. Many times Pradeep would be ridiculed in front of his colleagues because of his wife's words. When his mother was present, both the daughters would be careful not to let their friends come. Pradeep is a manager in a private company. But Ranjini was very stingy, very sharp in her speech. She was very proud of her knowledge. It turned into stupidity in the eyes of others. The next day, Ranjini called Sanjana and asked, Who will pay off your debt if you get married and leave? She asked directly. After I come to India, I will go to work and pay off the debt. I will come to Bengaluru from Singapore. You will meet Ajay then, Sanjana said. Ranjini showed no enthusiasm. Sanjana hung up the phone, feeling dejected. Pradeep was going to pick up Sanjana and Ajay from the airport. It was decided that Pradeep would go straight to the airport from the office. Everyone would come home late at night and everyone would have dinner at home. Ajay liked her on the first meeting. But Ranjini had a grudge. She was angry with her for choosing a boy and sending her daughter to school. She was also angry that her husband already considered Ajay as his future son in law. Ajay's father has a big business in Mysore. They have a very big family. They have only two children. Ajay is the eldest. Vijay is the second one. Sanjana had told him on the phone that he was still studying. After talking to Ajay, Ranjini could not find any fault in him. However, she could not bear that her daughter had chosen a boy for herself. Pradeep liked Ajay very much. He got along so well with him that it was as if he was a member of her family. During dinner, Sanjana said, Mom, we are going to Mysore tonight. His parents will come to the railway station to welcome us and take us away. I will return from there very soon. I knew that you would go to the house of the boy you are going to marry without asking us. Now I know, Ranjini said. Pradeep, keeping Ajay's presence in mind, managed the situation and said, It's good that you knew about this earlier. You understand your daughter so well, he said. Sanjana did not pay any attention to Amma's words. The young hearts were lost in dreams. The two were looking at each other and smiling. Pradeep liked that scene very much. Ranjini used to grumble about this at night when the two of them were alone. Pradeep scolded his wife and said, You should learn to be happy for something good. Sanjana has chosen such a good boy. She is really very understanding. She brought him to meet us after knowing him well. She will regret getting married. She will not reconcile with anyone. She doesn't know how to work. All she knows is to roam around. Then she will realize it and she will sit and cry thinking that she had made a mistake by getting married, she said angrily. Pradeep also got angry. You are such a mother. You need not think badly of your daughter like this. I feel ashamed of you, he said. Sanjana knew her mother's mood very well. She was very sad inside. She loved Ajay very much. She had decided to marry him. But she knew that her mother would not think well of this. The very next day, Pankaja called. She was very happy for Sanjana. Ajay is a boy from a very good family. That is why he has decided to marry him. Even if we had searched for him ourselves, she would not have found such a good boy, she said happily. I knew you would also blow the trumpet for her, Ranjini growled. Oh, mom, you know everything in advance. That's what we think about. Let's listen to what someone has to say patiently, she said. As Pankaja's phone got disconnected, Sanjana called from the other side and spoke to Ajay's parents. Pradeep liked their nature very much. Ajay's parents were very happy to meet Sanjana. She wanted to make her their daughter-in-law as soon as possible. When Pradeep also agreed to this marriage, Ajay's father said, You should come and see our house once and make sure. You should know that Sanjana will be happy in our house. Pradeep was very happy to hear. We will come as soon as possible, he told them. Both the families were now busy with the next event. Sanjana returned in 2 days. She opened the bag and showed me a lot of gifts and said, Mom, Dad, look at this. They have showered me with gifts. They have taken care of me with so much love that no matter how much I talk about it, I am very happy, she said. Ranjini looked at everyone, but she did not say anything about it. She went to her room. Sanjana left after 10 days. Her course was over. She had to find some job there. Ajay had now planned to take care of his family business in Mysore. Ajay's father Akash and mother Meera came to Bengaluru, stayed in a hotel and came to meet Pradeep and Ranjini. Ranjini was surprised to see their amazing enthusiasm and love for each other. They had brought a lot of gifts for Pradeep and Ranjini. They tasted the delicious food Ranjini had prepared and praised her heartily. Hearing them, Ranjini said, But our Sanjana can't do anything. Don't say we didn't tell you before. That's why I'm telling you this in advance, she said. Ajay's mother smiled and said, Sanjana is a very cute girl. She told us that she can't do anything. Besides, there's no need to cook in our house. We have two cooks in our house. I don't even go to the kitchen. Girls these days struggle to make a career out of it. They learn to do everything when they need to. If Sanjana is there alone, she must have learned to do a lot, she said. Ranjini remained silent. Akash and Meera had a good time while they were there. When they left, they also gave them gifts and sent them away. It was decided that Pradeep and Ranjini would go to Mysore next week. It was decided to get engaged right then and there and call Sanjana. Hearing this, Ranjini became extremely angry. She has just gone. Are you going to call her again? Do we have to bear the expenses again? She asked her husband. Sanjana, learning about this from her father, called and said, Mom, don't worry about the ticket. Ajay has already booked the ticket for me and sent it to me. She said, seeing them in such a hurry for the wedding, I think there is something wrong with it. The fact that such a big family is accepting Sanjana as their daughter-in-law is giving me doubts. I will find out about it later, she muttered. There is no confusion, no doubt anywhere else. It is all in your mind, said Pradeep. Sanjana landed directly in Mysuru. Pradeep and Ranjini also joined her. Pankaja said that she would come directly to the wedding. Ranjini was shocked to see Ajay's spacious bungalow in Mysuru with many workers there. Everyone there were so humble and natural that no one seemed proud. As Ranjini's natural nature was, she tried to find faults in it too, but she did not find any faults. Ajay's mother Meera and Sanjana had been in touch on the phone and had brought engagement dresses. Ranjini was shocked to hear about it. Ajay's father Akash Vijay were busy joking with Sanjana. A guest room had been booked for Pradeep and Ranjini. The engagement ceremony was held in the presence of about 100 people including Akash and Meera's close friends. When Pradeep proposed sharing the expenses, Akash folded his hands and said, We do not need a single rupee from you. We are happy that Sanjana is coming to our house. Let us all bear the expenses, he asked politely. Ranjini whispered in Pradeep's ear. They are showing off so well. Their true colors will be revealed later. Then we will know what the matter is. Sanjana heard Amma, who was sitting nearby, say this. She said, Amma, there should be a limit to your words. How can you even think of talking like this about such good people? Ajay's mummy gave me all my clothes and jewelry. She did not let you buy anything. Now she has prepared to do all the shopping for the wedding. Your words in such a situation. Yes, I feel very bored, she said with a little irritation. What do you know? Girls like you just sit there crying. Then you will know. Sanjana started crying. Seeing her crying, Pradeep hugged her and consoled her, saying, Sanjana, don't be sad. Your mom already knows everything. Don't think about it, she said. Pradeep and Sanjana were upset about Ranjini, but this had no effect on Ranjini. After the program was over, everyone sat together. Then Meera said, I have some urgent matter to discuss with you. Hearing that, Ranjini said, Didn't I tell you maybe that's it? And gestured towards her husband and said to Meera, tell me, what's the matter? She said to her eagerly. Look, we don't have any shortage of money. Whatever we have, we need to enjoy the happiness of our children. Our wish is to get this marriage done quickly. Then a special light will shine in the house. I don't have any daughters. The desire to be with Sanjana is getting stronger. I can't wait much longer. We will make all the preparations for it. Sanjana, we will take the money for her education and pay off the loan ourselves. It is enough for her to take care of our business. She doesn't need to stay and work everywhere alone. Sanjana and Ajay should continue the business together. Also, she should be with us. We don't want anything more than this, she said. Pradeep folded his hands and said, As you say, let it be. We are ready for it. Don't think about paying off Sanjana's loan. We have given one of our flats on rent. We invested in it to give it to Sanjana. Now we will sell it. Then that will pay off the loan. We have complete agreement with whatever date you fix for the wedding, he said. Meera happily hugged Sanjana and said, my dear daughter-in-law will soon fill our house. You go to Singapore and get your things. If you want, take Ajay with you. Sanjana blushed. Vijay also joked. The next programs were being decided. Ranjini was surprised and shocked. Why all this so soon? What kind of people are these? How can anyone be so good? Returning to Bengaluru, Sanjana asked her mother, Amma, did you think everything was okay? Let's see. That family seems to be very good. We have to see how happy you are there. We will know everything later, she said. Sanjana remained silent again. Ranjini again said, you alone decided all the things. You didn't listen to me. She complained to her husband. What are you asking? I thought everything was fine. Good people are different, said Pradeep. Wedding preparations began from both sides. After 2 months, the wedding was decided. Pankaja was also coming with her family. Sanjana resigned from her job. She returned from Singapore after clearing everything. Meera called Sanjana frequently and started making all the preparations as she wanted. These rich people show themselves to be good for 4 days. Then their true colors are revealed. At first, everything looks good, Ranjini said with a grin. Sanjana was upset in her mind. During the wedding, her mother's picture did not seem to stop and she kept talking strangely. Whatever work Ranjini did, she did it as if it was a burden. She was not happy that her daughter was getting a good family. She would often mention something about Ajay's family and talk disparagingly about them. Sanjana's face was getting sad. Pradeep knew everything, but he couldn't do anything because he didn't want Ranjini to do anything and spoil the atmosphere of the house. Pankaja had come with her family. Her husband Viresh and children Sindhu and Bindu were very excited about aunt's wedding. Everyone was happy, but Mother Ranjini was quarrelsome and kept spoiling her happiness. Pradeep had transferred the money to Akash's account as per his budget. Ajay's family was taking care of all the arrangements. Sanjana's family reached Mysuru 2 days earlier. Ajay's family had sent several vehicles to the railway station to bring them all. Akash and Meera themselves came to the Mysore railway station and received Sanjana's family. Later, all the arrangements were made for them at a famous hotel in Mysuru. The wedding took place very neatly as per the rituals. The food arrangements were also very grand. Everyone was praising Ajay's family. The day after the wedding, Sanjana's family left for Bengaluru. Pankaja's family had also come to Bengaluru. A couple of days later, Pankaja left for her husband's house in Mangalore with her children. Pradeep was again busy with office work. Ranjini continued her old attitude. She would assert her own truth in every matter. Whenever Sanjana called, Ranjini would ask, how is the situation at your husband's house? Whenever Sanjana praised and said something, she would frown and say, I knew all that. This song of love is just a matter of few days. We will see what happens next. Sanjana had continued with the business of the house. Activities to open a new showroom had begun. The responsibility of looking after it was entrusted to Ajay and Sanjana. A car and driver were always ready for them. Sanjana was getting a lot of love in her husband's house. In a few days, Vijay's marriage was fixed. He was going to marry his girlfriend Santoshi. Ranjini came to know about this and said, Sanjana, you will know from now on. How will you adjust with the girl? The love of the family is also shared. Look how many things change in the house. Sanjana did not say anything. Ranjini and Pradeep had also gone to Vijay's wedding. This time too they received the same loving and caring treatment. Sanjana started getting along well with her new daughter-in-law. Both the daughters-in-law were happily roaming around the house. Ranjini once called Sanjana and asked, "Are you getting along well with the new daughter in law?" "Mom, she's my sister. She and I have become inseparable friends," she said. Hearing her daughter's words, Ranjini said, "Sanjana, I have seen many such relationships. It is not surprising that the love between you turns into a fight after a few days. You will know later that I was right." Today, Sanjana answered bravely. Pradeep was sitting there with his hair down, the phone was on speaker. Sanjana was shocked. "Yes, I know very well. Don't you think all relationships are futile?" "You don't see love and trust in any relationship. You find fault in everything." "Amma, do you think everything is bad?" "I realized how easy it is to be calm only after coming to this house. It would have been so much better if you also knew the principle of giving love and receiving love. I also learned it well here. I never experienced it when I was with you. From now on, I knew all that before. Don't go saying that if you feel this way, then you will know. There is so much love here that I have no words to express it. I will try to be happy like this in the future too. I want to give more and more to those who give me love. It makes me happy," she said and hung up the phone. Then Ranjini should have seen his face. Sanjana had never spoken like this before. Today, the way she said her words and hung up the phone, Ranjini was so embarrassed that she couldn't even look up. Pradeep, unable to contain his laughter, got up from that room and went to another room. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.